Hi there, welcome, Dream It Alive community. Back again. This is Scott Engler, the author of The Job Interview and also founder of I Can Career Coaching and Personal Branding. So, again, thank you so much to Ash and Aaron for giving me the opportunity to share and do one of the things that I really do love doing, which is teaching and leading guided meditations. So today, this is a topic that, I've just over the last, I would say, even more intensively over the last year, really come to uh, cultivate more and more in my life and really see the importance of it is the topic of gratitude and appreciation. So that's what I want to talk about today. And I think what's really helped me uh, to make the effort and want to cultivate more in my life has, interestingly enough, been studying medical psychology, listening to people like Greg Braden, for instance, listening to his interview on Dream It Alive, talk about the heart to brain connection, talk about the power of appreciation and gratitude on that connection becoming more enhanced, listening to guys like Deepak Chopra and talking about the same types of things. And I'm one of those people that I really like to understand that science and spirituality are not mutually exclusive, and what helps me to kind of deepen and further my beliefs and just my appreciation, I guess, for appreciation would be to understand what's going on with the body, with the mind during times of gratitude, appreciation. What is the physical reward, if you will, of practicing these kinds of things? So I wanted to share something I found very interesting was this book by Dan Baker called What Happy People Know, and he's a medical psychologist. He may still work at Canyon Ranch, and he was overseeing that facility for a while, and he wrote a book basically on the study of what happy people know. He looked for common themes of people that he found to have fulfilling lives, and he goes into like certain commonalities and certain traps that human beings fall into. More designated to what we're talking about today is he talks about appreciation. And so what he says happens, interestingly enough, is that according to imaging, when they did imaging of the brain, they show that during times of appreciation, when you are in a state of completely appreciating something, someone, anything, that the amygdala, which is the part of your brain that actually houses your fear, is completely inactive during a time of complete appreciation. And he also said that these images show that your parietal lobes, which are responsible for your sense of space, are more disengaged, and also your temporal lobes, which are more engaged with time, become less active. And in combination with that happening is that your prefrontal cortex becomes more expanded and more active, especially the left side, he said, of your prefrontal cortex, which really produces a lot of your positive emotions. So interestingly enough, this is what, when they did scans of people's brains, was going on when they were instructing them to be in states of appreciation. And they also found the identical activity in the brain during periods of time when people were experiencing having an epiphany, having a spiritual experience. So really reading stuff like that has helped me to see the importance of cultivating and practicing gratitude, appreciation. Again, just bringing back to the wonderful interview with Greg Braden, he's talking about that heart to head connection, which I'm a full supporter of as well, and how important that is to continue to expand our heart. And so we're getting out of being in the mind all the time, right? Just with that busyness and that craziness and just all those things, the fear that comes up in your mind. Your heart doesn't have any fear, and so when you open up that connection with your heart, where it's able to speak to your brain and act independently as well, you're going to find that your life is going to go a lot smoother. At least that's been my experience, and others, is that when we're really seeking to live more from our heart than from our head, that there's a lot of positivity that comes from that. So that being said, I want to go back to really focusing on what appreciation looks like, how we could cultivate it, how in support of what all these amazing, wonderful humans such as Deepak and Greg Braden and Dan Baker talk about as well, and their experience working with people for so many years, how we could really share this wisdom today and use it for our own advantage. So something that I wanted to share has helped me is to really just start to visualize things or people that you genuinely appreciate. Of course, it's going to be harder to get started if you're forcing yourself to be grateful or appreciating something that you're not like, oh, well, I'm grateful I had breakfast this morning. Like, yeah, but you probably had breakfast every morning, and so that might not really get you going, Like, to really feel like, okay, what is something that I actually sincerely appreciate? Wow, I really appreciate that, I just got health insurance coverage, and so, this allergy season, my medications were all covered, and that was so nice because had it not been, I would have spent thousands and thousands of dollars on, different types of medication. Something along that line, like something that, like, wow, I am genuinely appreciative of this. And what I found is if I could just really take that first step, sometimes it's a little harder than others to make that effort to focus on something I genuinely appreciate, that things start flowing, and then during my meditation I start to, wow, I also appreciate the way that person at the grocery store was so kind to me the other day, or let me go ahead of her because I only had one thing and she had 20, and just little things like that. And then it's just like, this overflow where you begin to just build on it and build on it and build on it. All of a sudden you're like, wow, I appreciate this. I forgot about that. I appreciate this person so much. Maybe I should call him today. And it's not a feeling of obligation. It's just like, wow, like I really genuinely appreciate all these things and people and situations and opportunities into my life. And I found that when you could get to that place, then life becomes an overflow. You're not forcing things. You're not feeling obligated to do the right thing or to be a nice person. It's just an overflow from your heart, really. And when you're not attached to the result and when you're coming from that place of abundance, it's just a beautiful thing. And I hope, people that are listening have experienced stuff like this so they know what I'm talking about. And if not, hopefully my wish for you is that you can make this a practice and really experience the types of things I'm talking about. So with that being said, I want to begin to slow down our breathing. And as we're slowing down our breathing, we're inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose or the mouth, either one. There's no really right or wrong way to do this. So as we're doing this, just to really just turn your focus on your body. I know I talked about lots of different things, and just to really soak it all in. And I would encourage everyone, as we're slowing down our breathing, feeling your belly expand, just getting more in touch with your body, I would invite everyone to focus on the area of the heart. And see just if you could experience what's going on in that area for you. And just enjoying as our bodies become more relaxed, our breathing is slow and gradual. We're letting go of tension in areas of the body and continuing to just focus our attention on the heart. If you get distracted or whatever, something's going on with you that is diverting your attention, you think this isn't going to work, whatever the case is, it's okay just to acknowledge that and to do your best for the next, few minutes or so to just experiment and focus again on your heart area. Sometimes it's helpful to see just a healing light just surrounding this area and expanding more and more as we continue to focus our attention and breathing on this. We're just opening up this heart area, really welcoming the expansion and the connection of the heart and brain. And now what I would invite you to do is to think of someone, something. It could be anything. It could be your dog, it could be your spouse, your child, maybe a new opportunity coming your way, or whatever it is. Just something you are genuinely appreciative for in this moment. And I want you to focus on this and just feel that feeling of appreciation. You appreciate what you appreciate that they do. Maybe they make you laugh, maybe they're peaceful to be around, thinking about good times hanging out with them. What you appreciate about this. And as you continue to show appreciation, maybe even envision how they're going to receive your appreciation and love, and maybe it brings a big smile on that person's face, or your dog looks happy, whatever it is. And so just to see how this appreciation affects whatever you're appreciating, and how it just continues to expand and expand. And now what I invite you to visualize is just what the rest of your day moving forward will look like as you continue to use this sense of appreciation, this sense of gratitude with other people you encounter, with situations, opportunities, and just to envision how wonderful and energizing it will be as you go through the rest of your day, expressing appreciation when necessary or when it feels right, and consciously being aware of this feeling expanding more and more, how it will not only bless you, but those around you, even people that you don't know, maybe just walk by on the street. Just that higher level of love, higher level of energy has such a healing capacity to touch others who may be going through something very painful or are in a lot of fear and we don't even know, but just by us being in this state, could actually have a healing effect on them by being in our presence. And now, slowly, just begin to come back into your body. Maybe you want to kind of wiggle your fingers or toes and just bringing yourself back, knowing that throughout the rest of the day, as we get distracted, which we will, and things come up and life happens, that we will make a conscious effort together, that we'll choose to come back to appreciation, and knowing that even if we take just a couple minutes, that we could get back to this state. And the more that you practice it, the easier it becomes to get back to a place of appreciation and gratitude. So thank you so much for everyone that took part in this, and I wish you all much prosperity, success, joy, laughter, and of course, appreciation.